Hey crafters, it's Artsy Craftsy Phoebe and I'm back with another card video. And for today's card, I'll be using these beautiful glimmer paper. These are from Stampin' Up Sale-a-bration. It's part of their second installment and you can still get these until the end of March. So let's get started. So I'm just using my anti-static tool all over my paper to prepare my surface for heat embossing. And for this card, I'll be using this Flourishing Phrases stamp set. I'll be using this stamp right here. And the Watercolor Wings stamp set as well for the butterflies. For my sentiment, I'm going to be using this Happy Birthday stamp from the Birthday Blossom stamp set. And I'm running my glimmer paper through my Big Shot using this butterfly die right here. So I'm using my Versamark ink pad to stamp this flower flourish off to the side of my cardstock. And I'll be heat embossing this using my white embossing powder. I'll just repeat this process as I'm doing 3 cards today, one for every color of the glimmer paper. Now I've wiped my stamp clean and I'm just going to be inking it with my black ink pad this time. And I'm stamping it randomly all over the edges just for a background. Now this part didn't come out very well in the end. You could barely see it. So on hindsight, I should have stamped this darker. Next, I'll be sponging the edges with my black ink pad again. And also I'll be sponging all over the flower flourish just to make it pop out better. And then I'm just using a clean rag to wipe the embossed areas clean. And now I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock for my butterflies. It is a 3-step stamping. And I'll be using the 3 colors of the glimmer paper, which are Bermuda Bay, Sweet Sugar Plum, and Mint Macaron. And of course my black ink pad as well. So for the first step, I'll be using this stamp. This will be the lightest. So I'm just using the Bermuda Bay. I'm inking it up, stamping it off once, and then stamp it on my cardstock. Just like so. And then the next step, I'll be using this stamp. So I'm inking it up again with the Bermuda Bay. And then I'll stamp it directly over my first butterfly. And then for the last step, I'll be using this stamp, and this time we'll ink it up with the black ink pad. And then just line it up and stamp it right on top of your butterfly. And there's my 3-step butterfly. And I just repeated the process for my other 2 colors. And now I'm just cutting up my butterflies. And just make sure to leave enough space in the middle to keep the wings together. And here are my glimmer paper butterfly dies to go on top of my stamped butterflies. And here I have 2 strips of vellum, and this will be for my sentiment. And I'll be heat embossing my sentiment, so I'm just using my anti-static tool again. And I'll be stamping my sentiment with my black ink pad, and I'll be heat embossing it with my clear embossing powder. Alright, so time to put our cards together. Now here I have my 3 card bases, my mint macaron, Bermuda bay, and sweet sugar plum. I'll start by sticking my art piece to the card base. And then I'm just trimming my sentiment to fit at the top part of my card. And I'll just stick that using glue dots. And next I'll be gluing my stamped butterfly onto my card. And then use glue dots again to stick the glimmer paper butterfly onto the card. And there are my 3 cards. Now, as usual, I had to use my shimmer spray on my cards. And then I wasn't content with my background, so I used the butterfly dots and stamped it all over. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye!